If you want the rainbow, you need to put up with the rain.
So,
Hello.
that was deep.
So, I've brought you here to Mikasa.
Indeed.
How's
Thank
things
you.
going? How's your weekend been? What have you been up to? Tell me.
So,
Enlighten me.
over the weekend... Oh, so I went round to a friend's house
Oh.
and had a few beers. Talked into the night. It was a good night.
What kind of beers?
Do you know what? I went for ales. I went for 4 ales of different varieties.
Different varieties. 4 for £5?
It was indeed.
How do I know? It's
You
like
know
I
me.
know the deals.
Yeah, weird that.
They do call me the deal man.
The deal, man. Do you know, I found out recently there's some terrible superhero names. There's a actual Marvel character called Arm Off Man. He can take his arm off and throw it at people. Genuinely was a thing. David Mitchell made the joke that made all by one person running out of ideas, man.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Yeah,
fair. What kind of
definitely.
lame superhero power would you want? If you could have any.
I would like the power to have rockets fire out of my toes.
They're big little mini rockets. Aren't
Little rockets that were your toes. No, but then they would just explode. Okay, that didn't work. But still, what would you be?
they? Self...
Harming.
Dude.
Self-harming man. He's gonna get himself.
Like a... Oh, I'd like a beard that it grows, but when you want it to, you can get it to shape itself.
Okay.
So a self-shaping beard.
That's the laziest thing I've ever.
No, but like it kind of like it would
It's always the perfect shape.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want.
What's
I
his name
want
then gonna be then? Perfect beard man.
shape-shifting beard man.
Man.
Shape-shifting beard man.
Shape-shifting beard man. What, he can shape-shift? No.
No,
Just his beard is the right shape. Oh, dear. That's a good start.
Anyway, so beers at your friend's house.
Yes. So we ended up watching it was like basically it was Billie Jean performed by Michael Jackson since the first time he
Usually the
performed.
way it goes.
Every year chronologically, and watching the slow degression of that, and that
Bit
was
of deterioration.
honestly,
from the
dude.
old man.
I don't know if you've ever seen like it clearly shown to you, like, but year by year, it's so sad. It's so sad to watch. Because literally, so the first year I think is like 89, 90 that he's performing Billie Jean, and he's still black Michael Jackson at this point, but he is fire, dude. Like everything he's doing, he's so into it. He's so like showing everything he's got right there.
Well, he's a young guy,
he's
isn't he?
singing
And he's-
perfectly. He's got fire in his eyes. He's believing in the lyrics.
Yeah.
And he's got the moonwalk, and he brings out the moonwalk for the first time. I think that was what the video was called. If you want to find it, it's like the moonwalk done in different years.
Yeah.
And then you just slowly see him lose. It looks like losing the will to live, honestly, because he's doing it, and you're thinking, especially when he gets old, you're just thinking, please stop. Why?
It's a bit like a performing monkey.
Performing monkey. That's exactly what we
It's
said.
not what you want from
It was sad. It was so
yeah.
sad to watch, and just watching him slowly covering up his face more and more, becoming more and more insecure with what people were thinking of him, thinking that he had to do something different, and never doing something different, to be honest, with the choreography even. And yeah, it was just it was a really sad way for him to go, really. But then again, yeah, he was going through a lot, wasn't he? Anyway, how was your weekend?
And so, nothing as exciting as what you just described, unfortunately.
Watching Michael Jackson slowly do.
Yeah, just just trying to delve through the musical news. Unfortunately, I was unable to secure my place at Milton Keynes Bowl.
Oh, My
Yeah.
Chemical Romance.
Yeah,
We
it
tried to
sucks,
get tickets, guys, and we didn't.
No, it
we
sucks
couldn't
balls.
get tickets. So we
We
all
got
sat
one last
there.
chance. We got one last chance.
Me, you, and one other friend sat there at 9:30, all there ready to go.
I'm pretty sure it was
Free
before
tickets.
9:30.
Okay, before 9:30.
9:25.
Maybe I was Yeah, okay, maybe I wasn't there early. Anyway, I just still can't believe that we didn't manage to get them. We were sat in the queue for an hour.
Yeah.
Ticketmaster, up your game.
You need to keep trying, don't you?
You do, but there's a new show coming out.
There's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance. Hopefully we'll get them.
Yes.
Make sure you buy tickets from actual ticket sellers.
Yes.
Don't go to these reselling Nazis.
Ticket
Don't
touts.
do it. Yeah, touts aren't the ones.
With the touts, that's what I say.
Actually, unless they're the guys outside the gigs that are like, tickets, get your tickets.
Always
tickets,
trust them.
Because no, hear me out. If you're buying your tickets online from Chin Lee on Twitter or Facebook
via GoGo,
she's gonna take your money.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas Ticketman outside.
Yeah.
Tickets, please. Get your tickets, please.
Always one.
Buying or selling. Yeah, of course there is.
Every time.
Get them off him. Like, he makes a living out of it. He's probably got some tickets. Fair play to him.
What, you think on Facebook you probably get scammed?
Yes.
Should take your money and not give you anything.
I'd never ever. Yeah, of course. I'd never ever trust anyone like that. Although saying that, I've got tickets to a gig through, I think it was Gumtree before. So.
Oh, there you go. I'm not sure how they would scam you, because surely they're not going to say, okay, I'm going to put the money in your account. No, you'll put the money in my account and then I'll send you them. Because you'd just be like, no, wouldn't you meet them?
Yeah, but then you need a Mexican standoff, really. You need a stalemate at some point, because they're not going to send you the tickets and you're not going to send them the money. So what's going to happen? The way that Viagogo do it is they're like a third-party company. So you've got someone selling the ticket for an obscene amount of money, 20 times more than it's worth. Then you've got me buying the ticket, and then I'll pay for it. But then the person selling the ticket doesn't get the money until after the gig, and you have to approve whether you've been there or not.
Really?
Yep. So you get sent the ticket, and you go to the gig and everything, and you have to. I'm sure the way that it has to be done is you have to say, like, that you got there and you got in no trouble.
Holy shit!
And then they get the money paid to them.
Jeez,
so that's quite good, but still, like, just
don't do
buy
it,
your
guys.
tickets from stupid websites like Ticketmaster.
Legal, awfully run. It's the fact that it's still like, you're in the queue, and you're like, this must be better than it was last year when I had to do the same fucking like waiting and looking on different devices. And it never is. The queue goes down so slowly, because the thing was, guys, we had already known on Twitter that they had sold out 45 minutes before it told me on Ticketmaster. Like, how the fuck does that work?
It's ridiculous. This day and age.
Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be trying. And the new gig is on my birthday. So if I get it, it'll be like fate. It'll be like destiny. We'll see. But, okay, so have you been listening to anything much over the last week?
Nothing new.
Nothing new?
Come on, bro. You know me.
Well, don't worry.
Same 25 songs. It's gone down from last time. It was 50. So we've gone down to 25 songs now. Now it's just Weezer. That's it.
There was a bit in Gavin and Stacey I just watched. It was when Bryn gets an iPod.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, I was going to get the Nano, but I went for this, which has 60 gigabytes.
This can hold 50,000 songs. And then he's like, he says he's still got space
do you
for
have
like
50,000 songs?
Yeah.
He goes, no, but I would have enough to hold 49,875. And I think that's a good investment.
Yeah, dude's got no song.
No songs. He's like you. Anyway.
Pretty much.
So I've been listening religiously to Mac Miller. I still really love that album.
You're still super high on that.
It's so moving. It's the fact that it was it's like his most complete vision of a record ever. It's incredible. It's like the songs that he's kind of thinking about what could happen and kind of almost feels like he's accepting his fate. They're like, you don't even realise he's saying it. He's kind of being subtle within the lyrics. And then suddenly you hear it again for maybe, like, I don't know, third or fourth time. And suddenly you're going, Oh God! Like it's one of them. It really hits you. Like this guy.
I really felt the same about when Linkin Park brought out their later stuff.
Oh, I know.
See, before
Why is
Chester
everything
died,
so heavy?
yeah, definitely that one. But before Chester died, no one really cared about Linkin Park's.
Well, they had gone
later
down.
Stuff.
They had gone downhill.
No one really was enjoying it.
More and
then
more pop music.
when Chester died, everyone kind of took a look again at those later records and they're like, oh shit. You actually listen to some of them and some of them are quite deep.
Yeah, I agree.
And you're like, oh fuck, okay.
Oh, what's the last track on that album?
You know about the Need for Speed song?
No, it wasn't that one. It was
You really like that one.
I love that one. But there was one that was the title track of the album. I'm trying to think what that album was called.
Don't know, bro.
But yeah, it was the one that the music video is him kind of like basking in the sea of his fans. And that would turn out to be the last gig that he did, and he was just singing it with so much passion. But yeah, I remember that feeling of looking back at it and going, "Oh God, this guy's going through a lot." But it's the same with Mac Miller. But there's also some really like nice little mix up. So there's some of like throwbacks to his old stuff, and there's also he was like really really heavily R&B. But this one feels more like what would you call it? Almost soulful or just very very like mainline pop. But the thing they've done really nicely with the producer, and I'll link you guys to a interview with the producer, which really got me actually. Like just seeing him go at the end of the interview, he goes, he was the most promising talent I'd ever seen, and he's like welling up at this point. Like,
yeah, that's like a big endorsement, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean he'd worked with some great artists like Elliott Smith and stuff like that, and so to hear him say that, it's just like oh. But he's produced it in a way that like it's quite stripped back. There's not much going on within the record apart from Mac's voice, and therefore you're able to like really tune into what he's talking about in each song. Really great album, honestly.
Okay,
do check it out. What else has come out? I've got some news for you. You won't have known this. Hayley Williams has got a new solo track. Just come out a couple of days ago.
I don't know how I feel
Simmer.
about this.
I mean, okay, so where do you stand with Paramore? Paramore, Hayley was the lead singer. You guys should know them.
Okay, so
yeah,
when I was 14, she was hot.
And that's that. Thank you, Nathan, for that.
When I was
insight.
When I was 14, she was hot, and I really liked their music.
Mm-hmm.
Really angsty teenage pop punk stuff.
Yeah. Riot.
Yeah, Riot. Fucking awesome album.
And the one before? All we know is Falling. That was it.
The one with like pressure on and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really good. But obviously they got really, really big off of Riot. Riot's a good album.
Yes.
And then after that, they kind of just fell by the wayside a bit, and their later stuff was a bit meh. And then the last album they brought out with
oh, you mean Hard Times?
Yeah.
Is that the song? You're thinking of the song? Yeah.
Yeah, with that
It's
stuff.
It's an 80s vibe album.
So, but it's 80s, but then it's too poppy.
Right.
So they took what they were, and they just went too poppy.
You're not happy with it? It's much more of a pop album for sure, but I feel
But then
like
I really like it when she...
If she had done a Riot album, I don't know how well that would have been received.
But when she did, what was it? Airplanes,
with B.O.B.
I like that song. It's a good song.
That is a good song.
So she can do pop stuff, but I just
shooting stars.
Yeah, I'm just a bit like, it's not Paramore, is it?
Yeah.
But so this is just Hayley Williams.
This is just Hayley Williams. I don't think I've heard her in a few features, but I don't think I've heard her do just a Hayley Williams track.
Yeah.
Oh, or have I? I think she did one for the Jennifer's Body soundtrack or something like that. And this one's really cool. I think you'll like it. It's kind of got something else to it. It's almost like produced like a Billie Eilish song, so it's very like you can hear her vocals really obviously.
Dude, you see, she was it Grammys?
She swept up. What the hell?
Took them all.
Yeah. Do you know what do you make of that? For me, that screams we're desperate for some new artists to come up with some new stuff.
I don't know who else is in the running, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know who else is nominated.
If that's who pop music...
That's the only thing they can reward?
If that's who pop music has to kind of transcend the genre and take it forward into the new millennium...
I mean, let's be honest. I've listened to this Billie Eilish, and it is still, the tunes she's going for are very recycled and very done to death, but it's just that it's produced in a new way, and I think her brother is pulling the strings. He's the producer of these albums, and he's clearly like cottoned onto something that no what other producer has. So I kind of like seeing her with like all of the. I was just like, I don't like that, because I'm sure there's so many other people like who have helped her get there as well, so, especially her brother. So yeah, I was a bit like, God, I called up the band. I was like, well, guys, we gotta get some stuff out there. Come on. It's just the fact that, yeah. Anyway, it's a bit sort of like it feels like they need something else. But who else has got a new song out? Foo Fighters.
A new single, or just
single.
a new album, or what?
New single. How I Miss You by the Foo Fighters just dropped last week, guys.
Definitely gonna have to give that a listen.
Yeah, you
I'll
will.
give it a crack.
Let me know what you think. I personally thought, do you know what it is? It's a really simple track. Really very simple. But it's like Dave Grohl's gone, what made Nirvana really good? It was the dynamic. The dynamic of, here's a song that we can start by just, he's kind of like whispering, how I miss you. And he goes through the tune.
Yeah.
And then and there's a little pause, and then like just a proper Nirvana song. So
that sounded a bit like did they go into In Bloom, or do they go into In Bloom?
Yeah, it was actually a cover of In Bloom.
Fair enough. Sounds good. I'll pay money for that.
Yeah, I know you would. Anyway, listen to this. I think you'll like it. Other news. Travis, do you remember Travis?
Barker?
Or just the band Travis. They did.
Oh.
Won't you sing, sing, sing?
Yeah,
sing.
yeah. I was thinking of Moby.
Yeah. So Travis have got a new single out. I think I'm really looking forward to their new stuff. There's a couple where it's just like suddenly someone's brought out a single out of nowhere. I haven't heard anything, and now I'm kind of thinking, please make an album, because there's Travis and there's also The Weeknd. The Weeknd, I really get into his stuff. It's very kind of like atmospheric, and he's taken it on. You know how Fall Out Boy did the music video thing for their last? No, what was it? What's the album? The one before last.
Yeah.
They did. Every song has a music video, and it all links together and tells a story. He's
so
going for that.
Tell a big story.
So I think he's released one on Spotify so far, but he's also released 2 videos on YouTube. And honestly, check them out. They're really, really good. There's a lot happening. There's like one with like a huge car chases and something else we watched on Friday night, where it's just he's kind of gone on this like really 80s vibe. Some of it's a bit sort of like, you're gonna hate this. You're gonna be like, no, Drive soundtrack like.
For God's sake.
But there's like a heist happening and someone gets shot and all this stuff. But he's styled his hair like, and he's got like this tiny.
I thought he was pretty.
Cleveland,
anyway.
You know, Cleveland's tash is coming like that. Little what's it moustache. It's really stylized. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the rest. Let us know if you are.
If you say so, mate.
He's not.
So one thing I know that you're super excited for is another Batman movie.
Yes! That was all I've ever dreamed about.
Yeah, so they've just recently announced, and I'm talking like in the last 24 hours or so, that they've started filming for the upcoming Batman movie.
Oh my god!
The starring Twilight Boy, Robert Pattison.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about there's another new Batman in such a short space of time?
It's DC doing it to death. They've done it with everything. I don't understand why they think... Well, okay, it's clear that they go, what did we do really well? And they go, you know that Batman trilogy? We killed that. Maybe we could bring him back and we'll make it like just like the old ones. I bet it's going to be just recycled. There'll be throwback. It's a bad idea. Who's sat there in that board meeting and not just going, guys, we can't do that again. We cannot do that again. That's a terrible idea. Did you see how the Ben Affleck one went? Don't do it. But instead, they're all going, Batman, again. Yeah, let's do that. Who should we get? Robert Pattinson. Yeah, all right, let's do that. That's going to sell so many bums on the seat.
I think the trouble is they try and go from one dramatic step to the next. So in I think it was in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. You had the really campy Batmans.
Yep.
So you had George Clooney. You had Michael Keaton.
I'd rather Clooney over Pattinson, honestly.
No, but I'm just saying like that. And if you watch the movies, they're really campy and just really
silly.
Woo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're really silly, really zany.
Yeah.
And then when they did the Christian Bale ones,
suddenly
so dark.
I think maybe they took people by like shock almost. Shock value was massive because no one had seen a really serious superhero film at that point, right? I think Spider-Man had come out, but...
Yeah, Spider-Man had already come out.
He's
still a bit campy.
That's the thing. It concentrates so well on the dark parts of the storyline.
Yeah.
His dad getting shot, his mum and dad getting shot, everything. That it really...
Spoilers.
Sorry, guys. I didn't realise so many of you hadn't seen
It's only like a
Batman.
50, 60-year-old tale, but
Go
it's
and watch
fine.
the Dark Knight trilogy. What's wrong with you? Anyway, yeah, those dark aspects, they were able to feature them, bring them to life really realistically, and then it kind of brought the whole thing hitting home in a very sort of relatable manner. So
But then that's why I feel that the Ben Affleck ones failed, is because, you know, they looked at the past, what they'd done with Batman, and they saw, okay, so campy kind of works, silly stuff kind of works, but people really, really like the dark stuff, the real serious, intense stuff.
Yes.
And they tried to do that with Ben Affleck. Really,
I think they tried to almost like blow it up by 100, didn't they?
Failed massively.
Yeah,
Like I really like Ben Affleck, and he's in loads.
I agree.
He's in loads of my favourite movies, but he didn't fit Batman, and it just sucked.
Yeah.
With Robert Pattinson, I'm kind of interested to see how it works. You know, what villains are we going to go for in the movie? As is always my kind of hot take on things, because depending on what villain is in the movie is depending on how serious they're going to take the movie.
Okay.
You know, if in this one they were going to be like, yeah, Joker's going to be in it, instantly everyone's going to be like, oh shit, okay, we've got to take this movie seriously because I'm just saying, you look at the Joker standalone and how much money that's taken and how seriously that's being critically.
Oh, you mean
acclaimed.
if that Joker was in this film?
No, not if that Joker,
general?
but I just mean that character.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you look at, you know, obviously Heath Ledger's portrayal of Joker, you know, people are going to be like, instantly, that straight away, they're going to be like, oh shit, this movie's got Joker in it. Okay, I'm really going to be paying attention for this one. I wanna know what happens. If they're going to pick a fucking goober out of nowhere that no one gives a shit about from Batman number 275,
they can't,
no one cares.
Yeah, but they can't keep going with the same thing.
No, I completely agree. I personally, I really want. I'm pretty sure. I don't know where it's confirmed or not, but I'm pretty sure Penguin's going to be in it.
Cool.
And Penguin he's been seen in Batman movies before, but he's not been seen for a while. So he was in the Gotham. Yeah, he was in the Gotham TV show.
I was just about to say, I would love for him to reprise his role. That actor, I still don't know his name.
What the
he was in You. He was in the glass cage at the beginning of You series 2. That was the same actor.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
That's Penguin.
Yeah, it is.
And do you know what? Absolutely killed it as Penguin.
I can't remember
Cobblepot.
Yeah, I can't remember his fucking character's name, but yeah, we'll go with that. But yeah, no, I wouldn't mind that. Obviously, that's bugged me now because because I remember watching You and I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. I definitely do. I've definitely seen him in something. And it's just clicked. But yeah, no, I agree. I quite liked him. He was interesting.
Yeah. He played that the fact that Penguin is so like insecure and like stuttering and he doesn't really know who he is, and then he would suddenly switch to that manic kind of like just wants to watch the world burn like the Joker, like so well you could see the flame in his eyes almost. Really great acting.
I really feel like with DC,
only good thing about Gotham actually. I'll just say that. Sorry. Anyway.
I really feel like with DC they really need to take a stab in the dark at a random character from the whole of the DC universe.
Is there anyone that springs to mind?
So, if you look at it, in the Marvel universe, you know, your big guns are like Thor, Hulk, Captain America.
Yeah.
You know,
Iron Man.
That's the thing in the comics. Iron Man, when the comics first came out, he was like a big deal, but he's not really a massive like.
I get you.
It's not a massive deal.
Right.
I'm I'm sure the big ones are kind of like your Spider-Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor.
Okay.
You know, they're the kind of four that spring to my mind that are like they're the really big ones. And then so when Iron Man first came out, the RDJ one, everyone was kind of like, okay, like, because it was a big deal that they'd chosen Iron Man to start this whole thing off.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't really a big deal he wasn't really a massive guy in the comics.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, they did that quite well because they've taken a potential franchise, but they've chosen like a really minuscule character. Not a really minuscule character, but they've chosen a kind. Yeah, but a smart move.
Yes.
Because they've chosen a character. If it fails, we've got all these other massive characters we can go. Yeah, we've got all these other massive characters we can go to.
Got you.
We'll start with this middle character and we'll see what happens.
I didn't even know that.
And they basically based the whole fucking 20-year arc or whatever on this one fucking guy.
Amazing.
They should do the same thing with DC. I'm not too hot on DC comics and DC universe and stuff like that as I'm with Marvel, but my favorite DC comics and probably my favorite comics to actually read are Batman comics. I think they're fucking awesome. The illustrations, drawings, everything, and the stories are really, really good.
Storyline, it just grabs you, doesn't it?
So, and that's what I feel like DC's lacking. So DC's sort of going straight to Captain America. They're going straight to Spider-Man, and
that's what they're doing.
When it doesn't work, like with Ben Affleck, when it doesn't work, they kind of go back to the drawing board. Okay, what are we going to do?
So we've got those characters. We should really go back to those characters.
I'll tell you what. We'll do Batman again.
Let's try it again. I think we just missed something. There was something small we missed.
This is where I think they fail.
Yeah.
They're always going back to
You're right.
their big two because it's all they've got.
Yeah.
They've got Batman and they've got Superman.
Yeah.
How many different versions of fucking Superman
We're all
are
bored
there?
of it. If you're our age, you're bored of it.
Honestly.
If your kid's growing up, maybe you kind of like didn't know about Batman, maybe go and see him. But the kids aren't really going to get into those last Ben Affleck trilogy. I don't know. They're not very kiddish. I don't think they were really made for adults either. I don't know what they were doing with that.
For someone.
Somewhere.
Someone
out there like that, I guess. But
I really feel like they need to kind of take a stab in the dark with just...
Do you know who I'd love to see?
A really random character.
I'd love to see the Riddler done really well and not cheesy. Because the character himself, with all like...
He could be really good.
There's got to be a way of doing that character like so much better than they have been. Because even in Gotham, again, like he still came across as kind of like a bit goofy. Like he was rejected by someone that he worked with. I'm trying to remember who it was. But in the end, he's like suddenly snaps, and then he's snapped up by Penguin, I think.
Yeah.
And now they're working together. So I just think there's a way of doing that character because he is an interesting character, and also the riddles could be really clever. There could be long sequences of trying to figure it out. It could be more like a detective, working with what's his name, Harvey Dent.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm intrigued by the Batman movie. I want to see where it goes, what happens with it, etc.
I'm surprised you're intrigued by it because it's already faded to me, the intrigue.
For me personally, if you're going to pick one of the big superheroes, minus Superman, because the dude just fucking bores me to death.
Agreed. Do you know what? Of all the ones I don't want to see anything of is him. Yeah,
my
agreed.
least favourite superhero
in
the fucking world, Superman.
The thing
my favourite thing about him was when I think it's in Justice League.
Yeah.
So in the movie before, in Batman Superman, he dies. Sorry. And then in Justice League, they bring him back from the dead. And when they bring him back from the dead, he's evil Superman. And for that 5 minutes, I'm like, yes, that's what I want.
That's awesome.
There's so many comic arcs with Superman where he is evil Superman, and that's what I want.
What's the film called again? Where it's all
Brightburn.
Brightburn.
But yeah, that's not Superman, but it's a superhero.
But it's kind of based off Superman, right? It's kind of like that same kind of, he lands in the back garden.
Yeah, he lands in the back garden and he gets taken care of, blah, 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 and he's this evil guy. That's what I'd love to see, a Superman movie about that. That'd be fucking amazing.
Do you know what the problem with Superman is? It's the fact that he's not relatable.
Yeah, he's not relatable.
He's just an alien.
and
He
he
just
can do-
has powers.
And he can do everything.
Yeah. The nice thing with Batman, I think that's something that they should really think about. Same with Spider-Man, right? It's the fact that he's a normal guy. Same with Iron Man. Normal guy that kind of creates things around him and just takes things into his own hand. Superman, I don't really care about from the beginning because it's not like someone that has had a struggle or anything. It's just someone that's brought up by lovely people, even though he's an alien, and then has amazing gifts for saving the world, etc.
I think it'd feel different if he was a normal guy and then he gained powers.
Yes,
Because that's why everyone really loves
the
Spider-Man.
really old Superman series.
Well, the Lois and Clark one.
Lois and Clark one.
Yeah.
That was quite good. That had something to it.
Yeah, I think that was because it more kind of focused on him having to have like an ulterior life.
Yeah. We've just sorted it for them. If they were to focus...
Make it.
Please.
Just focus on Clark Kent.
Yes. Focus on Clark Kent or focus on other characters, please.
So you know how they brought out the Joker movie and just called it Joker?
Yeah.
So you're saying that you want a Superman movie,
Clark.
you just want it to be called Clark.
Yes.
It's all about Clark Kent. Superman, who's that guy?
See, that's clever. My camera. No, it's gone.
Ciao.
That was 20 minutes. Anyway, so, yeah, I would love to see that. I would definitely love to see that. Anyway, we got lost in superhero chat, didn't we? So where do we come from? Batman is
we
coming
just came
up.
from Batman, mate.
Yeah.
So Batman's just getting filmed now.
When,
And
if they set like a loose release date or anything? Or...
well, if they've started filming now, I'll give it 2 years.
So we're thinking, what, 2022?
Yeah, 2022 at some point. Maybe mid to
I bet you guys can't wait.
mid to late 2022.
Let us know what you think, because I'm bored shitless of it. I don't really want to see it that much, to be honest. There is something that they're remaking, dude, that is kind of cutting me to the core. It came out with the news last week, which I wanted to discuss. It's one of my favourite films. It's got John Cusack. It's got Jack Black.
Okay.
It's got an incredible soundtrack. If I was to put my favourite movie soundtracks up, I would put this as like top 5. It's that good. It's high fidelity. And they're making it with Zoe Kravitz as the lead character. She's playing John Cusack. So in the film, you've seen this, I hope, right?
Dude, High Fidelity is like, and this is quite
It's
good
historic, right?
This kind of plays on the tropes of the movie.
Yeah.
High Fidelity,
Yeah.
isn't my top 5.
Yes.
Love
That good.
Love that.
It is
movie.
that good, isn't it? I think there's something about it that just connects you with the character. It's all. See, this is the thing as well. I'm not seeing how they can play this with a woman. Like, I know that there is like
Sexist.
diversity, etc. And I'm not being sexist. It's just the fact. Imagine the first bit of the film is instead of John Cusack sat there and he's all like, I don't know what happened. What happened to Sarah, whatever her fucking name is? And he's just sat there with a beer, listening intently to his music and a record player.
You don't feel like that would work with a woman?
With Zoe Kravitz sat there going, I just don't know what happened, with a glass of wine. I can't see it being the same film from The Off. There's also the like camaraderie. It's like a Seth Rogen film where he goes into work. He's got Jack Black there fucking arguing with him every day about his favourite albums. Yeah. And they just bounce off each other. Maybe you could have a go... Oh, I don't. I just... The whole concept of the book and the movie is like someone just going through like one of those things that guys go through where they get really, really pensive and thoughtful about things that have happened because they want to try and process it before they move on with their life, right?
And they want to feel like... if you're a guy, you want to feel like everything that's going on at the moment is kind of leading to something, and you're want to know...
piece things together.
Yeah, and you're trying to sort of... I think the main part of the movie is just him trying to figure out who he is and trying to better himself.
Yes.
That's kind of my my first take on it. Yes. Obviously, it's a bit like an onion. The more you watch it, the more layers there are and stuff like that. But
ogres are not like onions.
I fucking love that movie. I love most things with John Cusack in.
Me too.
Honestly, another one, Gross Point Blank.
Yes, that's a great film.
But yeah, so High Fidelity. Will it work with a leading lady? I'm not sure. Who's this bird? What's she done?
Zoe Kravitz. trying to think. Yeah, have a look at it on IMDb.
So Zoe.
The thing is, you'd recognise her. I can't remember what she's in. She's in loads, and I think she might be in like Star Trek or something like that.
Isn't she the bird? She looks like she's the girl from High Fidelity in the first place.
Let's see. What, the musician?
Yeah.
No, it's not this, because that was years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago. So she's been in...
When it was, 92, something like that? High
So
Fidelity?
she has been in Divergent. She's been in Fantastic Beasts, Mad Max,
don't remember.
X-Men First Class.
X-Men First Class, I do remember her in.
She did that awful film After Earth.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
She's not got the best track record, then.
Um,
Fantastic Beasts is a little questionable.
No, she's not really done anything sort of amazing. Interestingly, she is in the upcoming Batman movie.
Yes! Nice one, guys. They saw a rising star. Cottoned on.
I'm not...
What?
I'm just not... I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling...
The idea of the remake.
I'm not feeling High Fidelity with a woman.
I can't imagine it. Let's see. I think that it's coming out... I think it was about a year from now. But... It's just another one of those things we keep saying. Like, loads of people were saying it. Loads of people in the comments were going, why would you remake this? What's wrong with this? Is a good film. It doesn't need anything. Like, it's the fact that you're kind of looking at a piece of art and you're going, that was perfect, but let's do it again. And everyone in the room would go, but you can't match that.
Yeah.
You
Has
can't match that.
anyone ever remade the Mona Lisa?
No.
That's how I feel about High Fidelity. High Fidelity is the equivalent of the Mona Lisa.
Exactly.
That's in my mind anyway. It's perfect. It's a perfect movie.
Do you know what that reminded me of is the Mr. Bean movie where he does Whistler's mother and he draws her face on with a big smiley face.
Dude, I used to love Mr. Bean cartoons and the like series.
The series was so funny.
My favourite episode of Mr. Bean is when Mr. Bean goes swimming. And he goes to the diving board because he's trying to show off and stuff, and he goes to the top diving board and he just gets to the end and he's so scared, and then he clings on to the end by his hand and he's trying to like work his way back up. It's Rowan Atkinson is
one of the greatest comic actors ever,
but he doesn't even open his fucking mouth. That is how amazing he is. I love it.
I loved him as well. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Even there was a great bit of stand-up I saw. I don't even know he did much stand-up.
Yeah. He's done stand-up. Yeah. He was a massive stand-up comedian back in the day.
I'd like to watch a DVD of his because I watched a clip on YouTube, which I will link as well. But it's it's this one where he's a priest, and he comes out and he says, "Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today," and he starts. So he goes from the gospel to blah blah, and he's doing his what do they call it, gospel, and he goes into this kind of, and the people then did say, and he's acting like Jesus. He goes, and then he turned all of the wine into water, or whatever it says, and then he did say, all the people then did say, "Give us another one. That was pretty good. This guy should turn professional." And then he goes, then one disciple did say, "Do you do children's birthday parties?" Another said, "Just as good as Paul Daniels." It's just brilliant.
Almost as good as Paul Daniels.
It's just the way he does that. Like, he knows what sounds good in his voice as well. Yeah. Do you remember that? What was it? Johnny English, where he just has to say the word Bob, and he says it in that way, Bob, and it just comes out, and it's instantly funny. It's almost like only he could say that. My
favourite one was just literally the whole thing with Bean is he just never spoke, and if he ever did, it was literally just Bean. That's it. That's all he'd come out with. Bean. Love it. Absolutely love it.
It was a little teddy bear, bless him.
So you were talking about High Fidelity, and unfortunately, I've got a little bit more bad news too.
Is this something being remade? Not another classic.
Almost.
Guys, why are you doing this to us? Okay,
so,
what is it?
Do you like fighting?
Yeah.
Not you personally, but do you enjoy watching things fight?
Like wrestling, yeah?
Just like people fighting in general.
Yeah, like I could go down the pub, try and encourage something, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Okay. And do you like robots?
Yes.
So would you say that you probably enjoy robots fighting?
Oh, God, no. That sounds fucking awful. Where's the compassion you have for either person? Not person, robot! Jesus, is this a film?
It's been announced that the wonderful Transformers, they're going to be having another 2 movies. As if they shouldn't have stopped about 5 movies ago.
Muted cheers from the crowd.
Honestly, Jesus Christ.
Do you really have to keep making... How many have there been? Like, what, 5, maybe 6? We had Mark Wahlberg in them.
Okay, let me try and...
I'm fed up to my
let me try and
teeth
figure
of
it out.
Transformers.
So, there was... The 2 was Shia LaBouf. The first one's... Shia LaBouf.
Shia LaBouf. No one says Shia LaBouf. It's Shia LaBeouf.
Right, look, mate, that's how I say Shia LaBouf, yeah?
Have you ever heard the parody? Shia LaBeouf. Where he's like a cannibal. I'm gonna Rob Cantor, Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it. Yeah, so you've got the first 2 movies with him in. I think there's a 3rd movie with other characters that relate to him, and then there's like another 2 movies with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
I think they're up to 5 at the moment, so this would take them to 6 and 7 if I'm not mistaken.
What's really sad is that people are still giving them money to make these.
I just don't. So I don't understand the first movie. Like to have the first sort of live action Transformers was a big deal. Everyone was kind of excited about it.
Yeah.
And then you went to go watch it, and you were like, meh.
It had some character. It
had something, and then the second one
some charm
was like, I like Megan Fox.
Yeah, you do.
I like looking at attractive women.
Right.
But even me,
yeah,
I would have to say that there was a little bit too much focus from Mr. Michael Bay on looking at the female anatomy.
Yeah,
than there was kind of, let's think up some awesome story for
some
these
characters. Or get her to say something that makes you connect with her character rather than look at her. Just look at her.
There's that one famous scene when you first see Megan Fox in the second movie, and she's just on the bike. And
Nathan, come back to me.
Right, okay.
I'm in the room here with you.
My point being is that too many Transformers movies. They're gonna do another 2. They're also gonna fucking suck donkey dick, and I just think, just why?
Yeah, please stop.
As you said, why are they still getting money for this?
No. It's not that they're still getting money. It's the fact that people are being so passive. They are still going, what should we go and see in the cinema, do you reckon? Maybe Transformers 6?
I feel like you've just sort of really, really done a really good job of reenacting pretty much 90% of the audience.
All of the world.
Yeah. What up, mate?
Yeah, I think, didn't they say never go full retard in Tropic Thunder?
Dude, never go full retard. But yeah, I just like when we were talking about Batman.
Yeah.
Mate, just find a new fucking story.
Please
Jesus
think of something
Christ.
Hollywood, Jesus.
Like, I don't even mind if you do Transformers. Give it a proper full reboot.
Yeah.
Like did you ever see that Bumblebee movie that came out a couple of years ago?
Oh god, they have done one in between.
Yeah, so that was kind of like a soft. That was meant as a soft reboot. But
do you think it didn't do well?
No, they've just carried on, I believe.
Oh, this is the same one.
So I don't know whether that's going to follow the Bumblebee storyline or whether it's going to follow the other Mark Wahlberg storyline.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Bumblebee? Do you know, is Bumblebee part of the Mark Wahlberg universe?
Yeah.
That Bumblebee from that Bumblebee film?
No.
That's a different Bumblebee.
Yes.
Oh.
Makes sense?
Yeah. So that's just separate? If they follow in with this one, to the Mark Wahlberg one? That's just another...
I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to follow the latest Bumblebee movie or whether they're going to follow on from Mark Wahlberg's story.
Okay. Right. Whatever it is.
But yeah,
still
just
doesn't sound great.
No, I'm just not...
Let's not give it too much time anyway. It sounds pretty unexciting. Colour me unintrigued.
Oh wow, look at that. What did you do?
So do you know what I've recently seen? I took Mum to see Little Women at the cinema.
Okay.
which has been made before as well. I think it has been. But this has...
Was it Little Men before?
No. This was always just Little Women, and they decided not to make it just with men, which is weird actually.
What? So they've not redone it with men?
No,
that's strange.
I know. In this day and age, you'd think that's just sexist.
Okay. Just 2 seconds before you go into it. Let's try and think of an all-female film that they should make with males. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god, Wild Hogs. That would be the worst.
Okay, I know it's not all female.
Go on.
But Dirty Dancing.
What, the roles are switched?
Yeah, make it with a male that's really good at dancing, but he doesn't want to show his prowess. Right? And then there's a female instructor proper trying to get on him.
Thirsty instructor.
Thirsty for his sausage and also his dancing. I'm intrigued by this. Let's do it.
Okay, that doesn't sound too bad. That could work.
Roles reverse Dirty Dancing. I'm game.
You're not going to beat Patrick Swayze, mate.
No, but is there any...
I've got a terrible one. Point Break. Imagine if that was all female cast.
Jesus.
Oh, jumping out of plane. Yeah.
No, we're meant to be doing it the other way because it's funnier.
Oh, right, okay. All female cast.
And then
got you. Okay,
males.
sorry, I didn't get that. I was just doing all male films, the manliest films I could think of. Okay, all female cast.
It's hard.
It's hard. What have we
hard,
got?
isn't it?
I mean, the first one I thought was Bridesmaids. But
that's The Hangover.
Could have that as The Hangover. That's immediately what I thought. Which is what they originally thought with that.
I'll tell you what though, Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. Film, yeah. Love it.
Really.
That's one of the funniest. That's one of the funniest movies I saw in that month.
That decade. In that month. That weekend.
Yeah, probably that day is just the funniest thing.
You did laugh that day, yeah.
No, I think the first time I saw it, I was howling.
No,
it was really
hilarious.
Really good.
All the scenes on the airplane, I remember, were fucking hilarious. What could they do? Like, is there none from like way back?
That's the thing. Females never used to get opportunities, mate. So that's why you're struggling.
I got one. What's the one? Sally and...
What, when Harry met Sally?
No. The one where there's 2 girls in a car that go on like a proper road trip and then jump off the cliff at the end.
Bonnie and Clyde?
No, you're so close. It's 2 names. I don't think you've seen it.
Probably not, mate.
Everybody, please let me know what this film is. That's going to bug me. But yeah, that is just 2 girls that kind of like... I think they get fed up with...
13. Is it 13?
No, it's older than that. They were going back
Almost
to
Famous.
Like 80s.
Almost Famous?
Almost Famous? Almost Famous is a rock and roll film.
Dude, I've just genuinely just thought about it. Okay.
What?
What's the movie where the girl moves to a town, she wants to become an actress or whatever the fuck she wants to, or a singer or something, and then she goes and she gets a job in a bar, and she starts singing at the bar, and they're all dancing up on the bar, and they're being all slutty. What's that movie? Fucking Coyote Ugly.
Coyote Ugly. That's it.
Redo Coyote Ugly with all guys. I want the male lead to be...
Oh, they've done this. Magic Mike.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Channing Tatum already did it.
Oh, shit.
That's probably very similar.
I've really got a hard on for Daniel Radcliffe.
You really love him. To be fair,
I just want to see Harry Potter in different things.
We all do, and he does as well. He wants to break out of the mould, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
You see him in some weird-ass films lately.
So
small films as well. Good on you.
So you think Magic Mike is Coyote Ugly? That's quite interesting.
Yeah, because they're all like stripping. It's kind of similar.
I
can't even remember the storyline to Coyote Ugly though. Not really.
I've just told you.
There was Jessica Alba. Past that, I don't remember.
I bet you fucking know. Like a 12-year-old Stan. Jessica Alba, that's it.
Anyway, what was I going to say? So, Little Women. Did you know that they originally had Emma Stone to be cast in this film and then swapped her for Emma Watson?
Why is that?
There was a long debacle. I don't know the details.
They didn't like the surname Stone, or
probably they just wanted an Emma, but not an Emma Stone.
It's got to be an Emma. Let's think of Emmas. Emma.
You can see why they wanted her. She's at the top of her career, isn't she? She's done
Can we
amazing
get Emma
stuff.
from Friends? Oh no, that was her character's name, of course.
Damn. Go with Emma Watson. Emma Watson, I'm still not 100% convinced she's made for acting.
Mate,
I know that sounds really harsh, but there's just a few scenes where she's supposed to be like really in love with her new hubby. And you don't get that vibe from her whatsoever. I don't know.
She looks uncomfortable.
She doesn't want to be making out. That's the thing. You get the impression that he's like, I love you. And she's like, love you too. Like that. It's kind of like, you're not really into this, are you? I don't know if that's just her acting or if she feels that was part of the character. But other than that, her American accent is quite convincing. It's got, purple-haired lady from Star Wars 6, 7.
Yes.
No, you know who I mean.
Yeah, purple-haired lady.
That actress.
Yeah.
She's in everything lately, right?
Okay.
She's the mum in Easy A. Remember Easy A? The parents are the best thing about it.
Quite a while ago, mate.
Yeah. She's in everything anyway. She's the mum in this, and then you've got the three daughters. The acting was amazing, and it was so full of, like, closeness and loving. But the main person in this film is Saoirse Ronan. Is that how you say her name? Saoirse. She was,
Sasha?
No. It's like Saorse.
S-A...
She did... What did she do?
Saoirse.
Saoirse. She's Irish. She does this American accent.
Oh, Saoirse.
Yes, you've nailed that.
Thank you.
It was, she was, like, honestly, whenever she's on screen, just, like, completely...
She stole the show.
Yeah, and, like, so engaging, and she's playing a character. This film has such... Are you going to watch it, or can I just ruin this ending?
Ruin it.
The ending, dude, has got two endings. So they've really cleverly gone... She's writing a book about the three sisters and about their life in the film.
Right.
But then the ending, they can have the schmaltzy Hollywood ending that the writer turns out to be saying, you should end it like this. Not the writer, the, what would you call it? The publisher.
Yeah.
Is sat in an office and going, I don't like it. Make it a happy ending. Because in reality, there's supposed to be this person who comes into her life and they... she gets swept off her feet, and at the end they're kissing under an umbrella. But then you actually get the reality, which is that she didn't want to do that. She didn't want to get attached to anyone. And part of the storyline is how she kind of struggles with that. She's got this like wild energy, and she feels like she'll be trapped, even though there's someone that would be perfect for her. It's also got, I told you about Midsummer, the most fucked up film I've ever seen.
Loved it.
It's got the lead actress from that.
Oh, right, okay.
She's now massive in Hollywood, apparently. So, yeah, she's in it, and really, really great acting as well. She's like the younger one of the sisters, and I would recommend it. I see why people are giving this 5 stars. It's really, really engaging, and it's just like such a slice of life storyline. And I think we've talked about this before. The slice of life films, they just do something for you, don't they? And like,
yeah, if it's in the spirit of the time. And
exactly.
It's definitely kind of like, if it's got the feels for you that at that moment, then yeah definitely. It really, it's really going to resonate more, isn't it?
Definitely. And shot really well, really beautifully, and it looks like sort of like country England, with great manor houses and stuff. I would love to know where they shot it, actually. I think it's New England, probably. I'd love to go visit there. But yeah, really good film. Other than that, I wanted to talk about one of our favourites, which is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh.
It's one of the best films ever, isn't it?
Such a good movie.
I think I've got like so many like bits of memorabilia and things that I just want to be taken back to that kind of universe where everything is so possible. There's such like a possibility within that universe.
Yeah.
But it's just so clever. Was it Charlie Kaufman, I think, did the script for this? And he's done some incredible stuff as well. He did Adaptation with Meryl Streep. That's a great one he did. And he did another John Cusack film. John Malkovich. Do you remember the film?
Yes.
Being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible.
So I think my thoughts with Eternal Sunshine is
Go on.
the premise of it is so good because it's so relatable, but not just to guys, not just to girls, to everyone, anyone that's ever had a relationship, had heartbreak,
Yeah.
had love and lost and all that kind of stuff. This is a movie it's inclusive. It takes everyone in. And if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. And it will just if you have ever been through that,
Yeah.
it will definitely give you the feels.
Yes.
Because there's so much to kind of
It's a
for
deep
you
film.
to think about. Yeah.
It really
and
is.
on a lot of levels as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
The main sort of premises. If I could give you that, take that away from you, would you want that?
That's the philosophical question with the whole film, isn't it? Would you want that? And you find yourself at points going, God, they've gone through a lot. I can see why she did that. So I think we should delve into this. So the premise is that you are able to have your memory wiped of a person if you go to a certain surgical practice type thing. Let's just think about the cast as well with this. It's unbelievable. Now you look back at it, it's one of those films where you go, wow, they thought ahead of the curve. So you've got Kirsten Dunst, you've got what's the guy from Lord of the Rings? I can't remember his name. Elijah Wood. There we go. Got there. It's got Hulk, which is Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
It's got. I'm trying to remember what the old doctor guy, what his actor's name is, but I can't remember.
No.
Have a look at it, dude. Then you've got the main two, which is Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey.
Brilliant.
And I think
absolutely brilliant.
Since Truman Show, his first proper serious film, and there's parts of Truman Show that you could say he's not really being a very serious character, right? It's still got that like fun with Dick and Jane kind of vibe to his character.
but I feel with Truman Show is there's a lot like he's got that surface, that surface, that kind of facade, if you will, that face that he puts on. And then you can really tell that there's some pain behind it.
That's what he does so well.
That with Jim Carrey.
See, they cottoned onto that, didn't they? For the casting for this film, whoever thought, good. I want Jim Carrey to play this. What a mind-blowing decision, because they saw that and they thought, he could play a character, heartbroken, really, really deep, and he's kind of going through a lot in the film. He's speaking in this very quiet narration at the beginning. He goes, I took a train out to Montauk today. I don't even know why. And you kind of think, you relate to him instantly. That's what's so great about his character.
I honestly, I really, really, really enjoy this film. And for, would you call it not a rom-com, but which is kind of like a romantic drama?
Yeah, it's hard to put your finger on it.
How would you categorise it if you had to?
God, that's a hard one, dude. Romantic drama sounds about right, though, I think.
Do you think this would be the type of movie where, maybe you're on like a second or third date or something like that? Do you reckon you'd show this to a girl?
Well, it depends, dude. I mean, it's not the sort of thing on a fourth date you would go and see if you wanted to get laid, let's say. Because it's too heavy. It's a very heavy film. It makes you think... And it depends what girl you're with, doesn't it, as well? Because you're also thinking, if you wanted her to be like, I don't know, easy breezy at this point, don't show her this film. Because there's a lot to take away and a lot to think about in the future of that relationship.
But then I feel like if you're with a partner, maybe you're sort of 2-3 years into a relationship, you couldn't show them this movie because it would be like, are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to say you want to? You know what? You want to completely erase me from your memory?
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what this is? This is a film you watch on your own. I would say
that's true.
I really think if you're going to watch Eternal Sunshine, switch off the lights and really just fucking get into it, because this is one of those films. If you miss a scene, that could be crucial. There's so much. There's such a clever storyline, and some of the even the camera trickery is incredibly... Like, do you remember the scene where they're walking through their own memories and things are crumbling around them,
Yeah.
and they can hear each other at one point and can't see each other. It's so clever. Imagine being the director and thinking, how the fuck do we do this? Because each scene has got some kind of like character to it, and really it encapsulates when you look back into a memory in your own head, it actually feels like that, some of the scenes. Do you know what I mean? It's got that kind of like wistful fuzziness to some of the like love-making scenes, etc., which you only really touch on. Like the closeness between the two, the Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey. And I thought that, the script was excellent, like unbelievable film, 10 out of 10 film for sure.
It's definitely like I'd say it's a modern day classic.
Yes, I would as well.
You know, if you're talking about things that really sort of really give you the feels and really just kind of move you in that way, this is definitely one of them.
This is also if you want to see Jim Carrey in his prime of acting.
Yes.
I would say he never made a better film that showcases his talent, because there's also scenes in this where he is kind of like taking that wacky side of things, and he's also kind of like going a bit manic with distraught over what's happening. So he's you get a lot from him in this film.
I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of Jim Carrey I prefer, whether it's serious Jim Carrey or taking the piss Jim Carrey, because he's very good at that.
They're so different. Yeah. That's the thing. Jim Carrey has such versatility.
I really liked. Did you ever see the number 23?
I did, yeah.
So that was his take on
that was dark.
It's a
that was
movie,
darker than this film, definitely. But I don't know if I definitely didn't prefer it. It didn't stick with me, but
Yes,
it
man.
has something to it.
Yes, man. That's really good.
Love that. Truman Show, Liar Liar.
Liar Liar is so good.
Good film. Really good film.
Such a good movie.
There's a few I still haven't seen by Jim Carrey back in the day. I finally got back to got around to
Cable
watching
Guy.
Cable Guy.
Cable
That's
Guy's
a great
fucking
film.
amazing.
With
and his character in Cable Guy
yeah
is you've got 2 or 3 different split personalities there. It's really, really.
Do you know what they
great in
used?
that.
They used what they saw in The Mask, and they took that and they made Cable Guy, and it does not disappoint, because instead of a crazy like figment of your imagination mask person, this is a real person with genuine mental issues that comes knocking on your door and now is part of your life, and you can't seem to shake him, even though you're fully aware this is a man with mental issues.
Yeah, I feel like I've got one of them right now.
Fuck off. And oh yeah, I was going to say, I did finally check that film, another Charlie Kaufman, is where he's the actor, Charlie Kaufman, when he's... Oh, it's called Man on the Moon? Man on the Moon, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, that was an incredible film. Because that's the one about... They did a documentary about him afterwards, and it's on Netflix. I'll link that as well. Where he got so immersed in the character. I think Danny DeVito was on set with him, and they get interviews from him at the time. They're all like, he's going fully immersed into this character. Have you heard about
real method?
Yeah, proper method acting. And he just like, there's so many scenes in the documentary where you're like, God, he's exactly like him. And he really just, I think he lost track.
He lives the character.
He lives the character completely.
But kind of to the
So when you
fullest extent.
Yeah, and when you see the film, it's so obvious. He's like, he is that person. It's incredible acting.
That's kind of what I was hoping for from that
Robert
Sky.
Pattison.
No, from that Sky Cinema Ted Bundy thing, the Extremely Wicked movie. That's
Zac
kind of what I was
Efron.
hoping for from Zac Efron. So I know people that I feel like these people get pigeonholed. Daniel Radcliffe, Zac Efron, they really get pigeonholed into just doing one thing.
That's so true.
I don't like that. I like it when they take different things on. So when you do see Daniel Radcliffe in what is it, Swiss Army Man.
I never saw that.
Like it's fucking weird nuts.
Daniel Radcliffe's in this.
Yeah, fucking nuts movie.
Okay, quick synopsis, if you will.
Oh,
Swiss Army Man. When did this come out? I don't even know if I've heard about it.
What is he? He plays like a farting corpse.
What?
Like that's what I mean. It's completely fucked up.
Wow, it's out there.
And what's the other one where he kills his girlfriend or something like that? horns. That's it, and he grows horns.
I need to see that. Yeah, I did.
So I love the fact that he try. You can tell as well with him.
Yeah.
He wants to try and get rid of that Harry Potter stigma. And with Zac Efron, I kind of feel the same. He's kind of got this dream boy image. And,
yeah.
he's in High School Musical, so he can do this, that, and the other. And they'll just stick him in Baywatch because they know he looks good in some shorts. But I feel like with this Ted Bundy thing, if he really, really just kind of lived it, like how Jim Carrey did with that character,
kill some girls,
just just really immerse yourself in that dark side of that character. And I really feel like he could have changed the perception of him, but I don't feel like he did enough. I don't really feel like the movie did enough for him in that sense.
Maybe he has that depth to his personality, honestly.
I don't know. I reckon, honestly,
most actors have to then. Actually, if you're coming up mainstream Hollywood, you have to have some depth to your character, otherwise you wouldn't make it. So, not
unless you look good in some shorts.
Wee, Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, thank you.
But last question to wrap up. So we were watching Gavin and Stacey, I know we mentioned earlier. I've heard it multiple times that Matthew Horn, who plays Gavin in this...
Gavin?
If you don't know this, Gavin and Stacey is it kind of sums up British culture, because it's not just English culture, it is Welsh culture as well.
Yeah, I feel like
it's the two clashing, isn't it? But
I feel like it definitely sort of encapsulates it. This was another one. It was when the series, the first couple of series came out. It was a real spirit of the time type thing.
Yes.
There were so many things where you'd be like, I see what that's a nod to.
The bit with the M3 toll and things like that. They talk about banal English things that you will have heard if you are British and you are at a family do. You hear all this stuff and it's very relatable.
My main thing is, you'll be watching Gavin and Stacey and you'll look at the characters and they're real over the top characters. Yeah. But you'll look at the characters, you'll be like, oh, that's my mum, or
that's my uncle.
Yeah, that's my uncle. Oh, that's cousin George.
They hit home. They're relatable. Yeah,
you'll see something, from your life in one of these characters.
Exactly, and the only so I've heard this reviewed, and the only thing that a lot of people don't find believable with this, James Corden, by the way, who is now obviously massively famous and is host of a talk show in America.
Huge.
He wrote this. This is his big break.
Yes, him and Ruth Jones, who plays Nessa.
Nessa, and so the only thing that's very unconvincing is the fact that Matthew Horn plays Gavin as one of the main characters, and I do see where they're coming from. He is one of the most wooden and stunted actors I've ever seen. He really struggles getting his emotion across. Go on, babe. I really do think you should stay. It talks almost as in David Beckham in The Headlights. It's really bad acting. So I was going to say, who do you think would play Gavin if you were going to take the exact same cast, have him bounce off James Corden, be all bubbly, in your dream Gavin and Stacey cast?
I feel like you've given this guy a real harsh assessment.
Didn't you see Matthew Horn on a train?
Yeah, I did.
Go on, what was that like?
He thought that I was following him.
Oh no!
We were going the same way.
Yeah.
I genuinely can't really remember the story too well now because
was it back when Gavin and Stacey was on?
It was literally 12 years ago.
Right.
But me and my mate were on a train up in London.
That's Gavin.
Yeah, we were on the tube. We noticed it was him. I think we had to change somewhere. We changed, and we ended up we're following him.
Yeah.
And I remember I turned around to my mate. I was like, we should say something. And I remember just turning around and be like, should I just tell him we're not following him? We're not following you, yeah?
He's there looking even more terrified.
Right, okay, I'm just going to leave these two young boys to it. But yeah, I don't feel like he's that bad. There's a lot of scenes where I believe him. I feel like he's in the scenes where where he's quite when they do the dancing scenes.
Yeah.
You know when they have the music on, when they have the little, they have a
He does
party.
get into it,
They have a
though.
party sort of every season, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And in the party episode, he's always looking like he's having a laugh and stuff like that. His relationship with James Corden, I feel like, is really, really good. I feel like them two together, me personally, I really feel like they've got a good relationship, and I think it's believable, personally.
Okay, I get that, but if you were to put someone else in that guy's shoes, I still think James Corden carries it. This is the thing. James Corden's there, sat in the car, and he's just going, "Look, mate, honestly, I love you," and it's all him. And Gavin's going, "I don't like it when you call me Gavin." Like, I genuinely think...
I don't like it when you call me Gavin.
I think it's all on James Corden. His acting is really good in this. But, okay, so who would you have play Gavin? Would you just choose Matthew Horn? You can say that if you want.
No, obviously, if you can choose between stick or twist, you've always got a twist.
Exactly.
Come back to me.
All right.
I'm hoping you've got a good answer. Presumably, you want to stick with a English actor.
Yeah, I think it should be English. It should fit
Daniel
with the rest of
Radcliffe,
the cast.
definitely.
Oh yeah. Like, I wonder, are we going like any era? God, I don't even think of this. A good Gavin. Okay, let me think.
Mate, you were the one that asked me the question. Surely you should have
Daniel
some
Radcliffe
form of...
is a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
That was kind of my jokey one.
Actually, no, Daniel Radcliffe would be just as wooden with James Corden. Someone that kind of comes across as a good... Do you know who I'd pick? If Cook from Skins could do a really good, like, normal person accent. Well, Essex accent, isn't it? Which I'm sure he could. He did it like Unbroken and everything, didn't he? Unbroken was great. But...
That matey, Billy Elliot.
Billie Elliot?
Yeah, Billy Elliot.
Oh, do you mean...
About a boy.
Jamie
Hall.
Oh, you're thinking Matthew... Wait, About a Boy and Billy Elliot are two different actors.
Yeah, both of them. The boy from Skins and that Jamie boy.
Oh, what's his name? Jamie... Not going to come, is it? Okay.
Those two. Billy Elliot.
Yeah. He could play it well.
Billy Elliot.
Yep.
And the boy from Skins. He is from Skins, isn't he?
Nicholas Hoult. He was in X-Men as well.
Yeah, Nicholas Hoult.
He would come across well, definitely. That's a good choice, actually.
Nicholas Hoult and Jamie Bell.
Oh, I just thought of a good one, actually. Finn in Star Wars. He could come across quite well.
Oh, fuck off, mate.
What?
Honestly. You're saying that fucking... You're trying to tell me that you think Finn would be better than fucking Matthew Horn?
Definitely.
The guy that literally spends...
Think how characterful he is.
Oh, shut up. He spends 3 fucking episodes going, Ray! Ray! Ray!
More emotion than Matthew Horn has shown in his entire life, I think.
Mate, there's one scene in Gavin and Stacey.
Go on.
Makes me tear up.
He does. He does, or was it the characters around him? Think about this.
He does.
There was one very good scene with him and Stacey having a fight, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
No, it's when they have their fight and she says that they're going to split up, and then he ends up taking Smithy to the hospital.
Yes.
To the birth of the baby.
Yeah.
And then the camera's sort of slowly going round, and then them two are making
That's
out.
the last thing I watched before I left.
So good.
That's amazing.
So good.
And on that bombshell, okay, guys, I didn't have anyone, but if you have someone
You're
that
a
can
fucking
play
retard.
Gavin.
Right, next time you ask me a question,
Have
I
an
want you to
answer.
fucking have an answer for me. What stupid thing to say.
I thought you would have someone.
How am I going to know, like, a good sort of, a good but not too good young English actor? Because that's what you need. You can't, it's all well and good. You saying, oh yeah, John Boyega. Mate, John Boyega's making millions from Star Wars. You really think he's going to come...
I'm not thinking of their IMDb, mate. I'm just thinking
You
in
really
the dream
think
world.
You really think he's going to come and do Gavin and Stacey?
No, you're thinking too much financially and, like,
And also,
realistically.
I hate to be...
You could have said David Beckham. I
hate to be the guy.
Yeah.
But if you're going to change John Boyega, then you need to change the Pam and Mick, because...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sorry, but Pam and Mick are... They are
They're
amazing.
brilliant. That you would not change. This is the thing. You would not change any other cast member. They're all perfect.
I'm not a massive fan of Stacey's mum.
Is her name Gwen?
Yeah, Gwendolyn.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
She's a bit meh.
Yeah.
She's a bit boring.
Do you like an omelette?
That's so fucking stupid. Is that right? If anyone's from Wales or you know about Welsh culture, do they eat a lot of omelettes? Because I'm just intrigued. I want to know.
Do they shag sheep as well? Can you tell us that? Because actually I have heard that.
Well, obviously I know that they do. I'm not stupid.
Would you like an omelette and a sheep?
Would you like an omelette while you're balls deep in the sheep?
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, have a great week, and we'll speak to you soon.
See you very soon, and wish us luck on the MCR tickets.
Yeah, you better do.
Bye.
Bye.